Hello everybody, Pyrojack here, and I have a project I'm going to be doing for this channel, and it is coherent to the gameplay you're seeing before you right now. Now, if anyone knows what the Fate series is, it is an anime where where masters who are mages summon servants labeled as heroic spirits. Now, heroic spirit people who are from legends of epics like Gilgamesh, all the way to true historic characters like Nero Claudius, Alexander the Great, Archimedes, anyone in that sort of way, or people like Medusa who are of mythology or of other legends. Now, the series I'm going to be doing here, and I will explain the rules too and the ideas of the Facer as well so people understand what I'm saying. The series I want to do here is where I'm playing the game and I'll talk about all the 17 characters that are within the game. Well, more like 16 as one is a reskin of another character, so there's really nothing special about them. But the way it'll work is I will briefly mention the legend or the story of the person to give you a rundown of who the character is. And then I'll talk about how Type Moon the company portrayed them within their series or in the game. But it'll be the same thing, because the game portrays them the same way that the series did. Now that I explain what I want to do, I'm also explain how I'm going to do it as well. How it's going to work is, like I said, Legends first, then how they were portrayed in the series. But the way it'll go in order is it'll go from the oldest character, which is Gilgamesh, known as the King of Heroes, all the way down to Shiro Emiya, or in this game he's called Nameless, because it's going from oldest to youngest heroic spirits. And Emiya is the youngest heroic spirit. So, with that out of the way, I also now explain the rules of the Fate series. The way it works is that there's the war called the Holy Grail War. And there are 7 participants or 7 masters, and within those 7 masters they control a servant or heroic spirit. There are 7 classes, and only 1 per class can be summoned per war. You have a Saber class, which is a user of a sword, but they are the most well-rounded characters. Then you have Archers, who are the long-range fighters of the party, or the team, but they don't fight very well close up unless you have certain ones, like Emiya. He is a Archer class servant, he uses a bow, but he specializes mainly in close quarters combat. Then you have the Lancer class, like Cuckoo Clane, who is an Irish hero. Lancers are people who use spears or lances or any polearm in a way. And they are known to be very fast, but they rather lack in stopping power, as they are mainly just focusing on their attack damage, on their speed, and trying to deal damage with their speed. Next comes casters. Casters are like mages, but they're more of witches, warlocks. Think of Merlin from the Legend of King Arthur, as he was a caster because he was a wizard. After you have the assassins. Assassins are pretty straightforward, but they're not only you think. Assassins are mainly meant to be the ones to kill their master. The main one you'll know of is Hassan the Cursed Arm, as he is the original. Basically, he's like the first assassin. If you're a place that is created, then that's Hassan. They are rather weak, and they don't prefer to fight up close, as generally they kill their masters or they kill other masters. That's what they specialize within. Then you have the Rider class. Riders are people like Alexander the Great, who mainly fight with mounts, or they specialize in riding, with the riding class. So they don't always fight on their own unless you're someone like Medusa who's a rider to the Legend of Pegasus. And then you have 2 more classes, but one of them is not in the game, so well you have a few more. 3 really. But one of them does not appear in the game, so I'll skip over. Then you have the Berserker class character. Ever heard of Beowulf, Hercules, Lu Bu, They are berserkers. They are people who throw away logic, throw away thinking, or even spark somehow. They have a skill called Madness Enhancement, where they throw away logic and reasoning in exchange for true strength and basically an undying body almost. They are labeled as the most effective against all classes, but they're labeled as also the weakest against all classes. Finally, the last class that appears in the series is the Ruler class. Rulers are kind of special. You know Joan of Arc, right? She's a ruler, really the only known ruler in the series at the point this came out, the game. There were more that popped up certainly far after, but they were the only ones that truly did pop up. Rulers are more like overseers. They only show up to spectate the Holy Grail War. They really don't do anything else besides just spectate and keep watch of the rules. They also have command seals, which all masters have, and a command seal is 3 of them, and you have 3 at max. You can use them to make the servant do what you want, but only once per command seal. Or you can make them use normal phantasms, which are, as you're seeing now, quickly enough, is you're seeing Nero's normal phantasm, which is her pleasure palace, basically. It's basically, they're calling out the true name of their weapon, and it makes them stronger. Command seals work in the same way, that you can either get rid of all 3 to invoke the true power of a servant and make them fight beyond what they can physically do, or you can make them do one particular thing like, win this battle, come to me now, or protect this person. Those only require 1. As you're seeing there as well, I fainted, and I can use the command seal with Stores to Rise, which only costs 1, which is to give them a fighting spirit again. So, that's really about it, and that's what I was thinking of doing here. It's going to be script-based, and I figured I'd do the rules here, about how the Fate series works, and go into more detail in the videos. As Extella is based off a spin-off series where you're in a computer program. So I'll kind of go into that when I'm talking about Nero, who will be around the early parts of the series. I'll be talking about her. Really, that's about all I have. And so I figured I might as well not just let the video continue playing and finish off as this almost over. But I hope all of you have a very wonderful day, and hope you enjoy what I plan on doing in the near future.